Yo, relax. Hey, it's your boy Boogie, and I'm back, man. Think different is the mindset, the whole mantra, the protocol. You know what we set forth, and I'm back. To have a little light discussion. Before I do that, though, shout out to the tech man. You already know, man. Unusual Productions. Uh, I'm a childhood homie, man. DJ Unusual. All right, but stay tuned and follow him for all things going on in the tech world as well as all your DJ needs. All right, but stay tuned and you know tap in with us. You already know. Yeah, I mean today's segment, I'm here. Been building, been working. Staying challenging myself. But the topic of this discussion is, you know, you in motion, but you ain't got no progress. Don't let that go over your head. And I'm bringing forth this discussion because it took a team to really make the vehicle move. You could be doing a lot. You're still on a 2-lane road with a yellow line. But if you're trying to turn and get on that highway, man, you really need a team to assemble the vehicle, man. All four wheels make the car really do what it's supposed to do. Uh, so a lot of times, you know, you could have good traction, you in motion, but it ain't no progress. The progress comes because, sometimes as you see the standard of the brand or what you're building, it got to come with some dynamics and a few compartments that got to be filled, i.e. like an NBA team, you got 5 players, football team got 11 players. So in order for it to be a successful flight, to let the progress introduce itself in the situation, the vehicle got to start to develop the team aspect as well as who gonna play in the components that help levitate what the vehicle gonna do, man. I.e. your plan, your brand, your whatever you're doing next. I've been checking the temp. I've been, seeing what's good. And as I'm venturing into some other lanes and doing some things, I realized that, I ain't really got the motion yet for the progress. But it's coming. I'm standing firm on where it's going to be in a due time or duration of time that I allow and allot myself for the situation to develop. So, uh, some of y'all got some motion but no progress. And the reason the progress ain't there because maybe the intent ain't correct. You got to be building and blending with your folk so it can start to levitate, man. A lot of the times we don't see the levitation as the real progress. You be down here so much you don't even know you're supposed to start the vertical integrate. So this where the progress come in at. Man, I'm still on the bottom floor, so I know. Wait till that thing start to lift. So you can see what the progress gonna do for you and how it start to challenge what your everyday one-man army look like as opposed to the team effect. And I'm using myself as an example, came back. Shout out to what we doing, man. Panic Confessions, May 9th. You already know. Partake Lounge. Shout out to my brother B Rose for the love, man. Him and his wife, they're like that. You already, they always looking out for the home team. And we back April 25th, polo party. Partake. Keeping the home team. See how the vehicle blend, how it's starting to pick up steam. We introducing new components, bringing it back. So what I'm saying is, initially when I was, just landing and I'm getting the shows developed and I'm putting the ideology together, it's just like fruit in a bowl. You know what I mean? But it was the rubber fruit. Now we got a real tree fruit where we can eat. We can come together and try to make it develop properly. Don't let that go over your head. Watch me while I cook, man. A lot of times you come in the crib, you see the bowl, it got the made up fruit. It's sitting up there. It's just the look. It ain't really got no progress. Sometimes you enter some domains, they really got that real fruit, real bananas, real oranges. You know what I mean? Real grapefruit, cantaloupe. is sitting right there. This was separate and divide when the vehicle levitating. So as I start to, demograph what I think could take shape for the team we built and what we doing, shout out to Mighty Mighty ENT, man. The vehicle's starting to levitate. You know what I mean? Shout out to my little brother OVL Fetty. We starting to see what, putting pinpoints to certain things and building what the dynamic or what the team's supposed to shape up and do, and everybody filling their lanes to develop their role better to help levitate the car. Same thing for what we're doing that thing different. Quality messaging, you know what I mean? Overall mentality has to be changed on the outlook of how the progress supposed to look, man. Because you need to add the ION, you know what I'm saying? So it could be progression, you see? So sometimes you got the progress, but you don't want the ION in there. You know what I mean? Almost like, protons, neutrons, and ions, man. So don't forget to add that at the end. So I'm saying this to say, like, you develop the concept here, thinking different, and then you start to make it develop. Little piece here, little piece there, little piece there, and it started to go in there with the gumbo as you start to whip. So now you putting the whip together. Guess what the gumbo need, man? Most important. What's the most important part of this thing? The season. So you got to kind of shape shift where we're going to be at so the vehicle can start to pick up speed and levitate, man. Aviation a hell of a thing. Once the plane lift off, it can do a lot of things, man. It's capable of a lot of maneuvers. Same thing as a team effect. And don't never forget, as we wind this down, man, ain't no I in team. You can't even be or build a word without the, concept of the letters coming together, man. TEAM. You know what I mean? And that's just being wholehearted in the facet that you develop a synopsis for the folk that's starting to join forces with you. And your goal is in the envisionment that, when the vehicle cross the finish line, everybody in it deserve the reward. You know what I mean? Don't let that go over some of y'all head. Because some of y'all be thinking y'all celebrities before it's supposed to take shape. But we still down here on the ground floor. Don't let the workload hinder the progression, man. Man, hey, there's a lot of y'all out there who don't want to put no work in either. So don't forget that part. So we're going to overlook y'all. Let's get to the people that's actually working. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the real working, man, as well as those putting in work, as well as the ones who plan to start to put in work, man. We salute you now, you know what I mean, early in advance. But salute to the ones already getting busy, man. And I love what y'all doing. I'm here to just stand focused, share the love, and help perpetuate indie brands, indie ideas. Because we can't keep letting the machine just take hold of what we got. That's why the progression is so important, man. So now, let's rewind back. The title of this was, sometimes you got motion, but you ain't got no progression. So, in order to progress, it ain't going to be none without a struggle. So remember that as you go forth, man. And like I said, it's your boy Boogie, man. Never follow the norm and always think different. And God forgive us, man. You already know.
Hey, Ketel One.